Final raffle. Must be present to win.
By the way, fast don't run as fast.
Yeah, and the agenda says raffle at the end of the day, but we're doing it all now because that way you guys can leave. Not till we're all done, yeah. I'm loud enough. Okay, we ready? Oh, they're not good. Okay, this is for a Starbucks gift card and some candy. 576171. Wrong number. 576171. We might have people leaving, so. Is that you? Okay, the next one is for 2 movie tickets and 2 Snickers bars.
Yes.
576124. 576124. No, we're not. We got one! Yay!
It'll work.
Mix that up.
No, I'm a video typing something.
Okay, the next one is another Starbucks card, Snickers bar. 576254.
Okay.
254. Ooh, it's cake. The next one is a Subway gift card and 2 candy bars. Alright, I'm trying. 576188. Yay! Let's mix this up. I'm trying to go lower. And this is for a Starbucks gift card and 2 candy bars. 576138. 38. Congratulations, all you winners.
Okay, next up is Cynthia. We're going to be having a BIBS value presentation. Everybody wants to welcome her on up.
Hello everyone, my name is Cynthia Diaz, and for those of you who are familiar with my work, I work for the SPOT team, or it was previously the BAT team. So now that's a change for me because I don't have to think about the SPOT. So it's Strategic Planning and Operations team. So I want to take a moment to thank everyone for being here, and thank you, SPOT team, for the opportunity of having me speak. Today in particular is very an honor because I tend to be very quiet, and it's difficult for me to come up stage, or I get stage fright, story short, and every time I stand up to speak or something, I'm sure you've heard this, but my brain sits back down and says, no thank you, no thank you, I don't want to do this. So I want to thank you all in advance for your undivided attention, and for actually, for those of you that took the survey, thank you so much for the survey, and for your indirect support in the development of my speaking abilities. So the reason for this presentation is to share with you the BIBS Values Survey, which also addresses employee satisfaction. Since our Bureau is committed to and striving to ensure employee satisfaction and improve our workplace environment, basically that we feel good about the job that we do and doing the job that we do and in the environment that we're in. We all received a survey request to request your opinions and your and basically a different perspective on how well we're doing or how not so well we're doing, and so we can improve on that. And management colleagues will be getting together to actually make that change happen and improve. So we're not doing so well. All right. So in terms of our bureau-wide averages, the results were gathered, were put together by 114 responses. So that means out of 165 of all of us, so that means roughly about 70% of our entire bureau filled out the survey, so that's a really big deal. And that means a lot of you out there care and wanted to put the word out there to make a change, meaningful change. So overall, our bureau-wide, we scored the highest in customer service at a 4.2, which means that there is no doubt in our minds as a bureau that we care about our customer and we hold them to very high esteem. Also, in terms of innovation, expertise, and sustainability, this means that we enjoy our work, we find it interesting and challenging, we're learning from our mistakes, but not everyone believes that our organization is actively soliciting and using employee suggestions. Also, not everyone feels too confident about sustainability matters. Lastly, integrity, teamwork, and equity, we came in at a 3.5, which means, I don't want to forget this, this means that not everyone feels confident about what's going on within our organization. Not everyone believes information and knowledge is shared equitably and shared openly and equitably. And not everyone feels that we can share our opinions at work without retaliation. So in terms of these, there are opportunities here that we as a bureau have to work together and improve on the things we are really good at and things that we are almost there and the things that are not doing so well in order to make meaningful change for everyone here. Yes? Yes. Yes. So up next, three of the themes that stood out the most in the survey comments are the following. Now remember that this is not representative of the entire bureau because the comments were not required. But these are the ones that stood out the most and people felt really strongly about, and therefore we're going to be focusing on these for the action items that Brian will be presenting shortly. So number one is improved communication. There is a desire for more and better communication at the bureau and division level. Employees would like to see communication that is transparent, detailed, direct, and consistent all throughout every level of the organization. There is a desire for action, not just words, especially when it comes to employee satisfaction and employee morale. Employees would like to feel like they're being listened to and be able to voice their opinion without fear of retaliation and have their ideas acted upon. There's also a lack of trust of management. Fairness of opportunity. Employees would like to see more fairness with respect to recognition, training and development, and also job opportunities. Lastly, taking action to improve teamwork. Management needs to actively promote and encourage teamwork. Also, they need to be empowered. And there is a perceived workload staffing misalignment. To begin moving forward, moving the needle forward, Brian will be coming in shortly to share with you the action plan. So actually, I'm all done here.
Okay, all right. I want to thank Cynthia in terms of all the good work she has done in terms of organizational development. She is now a more permanent. She's not permanent, but she's more permanent with us and within the BIBS family. And so I'm happy to have her. She will be specifically working on organizational development. I think it's a priority for us. Given what we've heard today, given what I heard from you, all of you, not all of you, but some of you over the last year or so in terms of where we are with an organization, that organizational development is a critical piece in terms of my vision, in terms of where I think we should be going, that will position us to have long-term and sustainable success. So, and the only way we're going to get there is, again, is this individual contribution from all of you. One of the things that Cynthia hit on was this management and leadership in terms of empowering employees. I want, and I've said this, I think, probably 2 or 3 years ago when we talk about engagement and empowering, is that I want to empower you. I don't see me relinquishing any of my authority by empowering you. And in fact, I think that I have the better ability of meeting the city's needs by empowering you. And I'm going to continue to embrace that. Like I said, I am not scared in terms of giving you that power. And I think the city will be better served by engaging you and giving you and empowering you and trusting you in terms of the work that you guys do. I know that it's where Cynthia is. I hear from Cynthia often on this in terms of how we need to move forward as an organization. You will see her in my travels in terms of reaching out to your divisions and your organizations and my communications. I know she's been out in the city fleet. I know she's been in facilities. So she'll, I know you've been also at all of the facilities when we were doing these surveys. So you'll see a lot more. But let me go through the action plans. We will share the survey results openly with all the members of our bureau. So that's what we're doing today. So we're not just being transparent. We're being fully just kind of out there, just letting you know where we are. So you know what's going on. Well, we will have the division focused follow-up meetings to discuss division results and brainstorms. You guys can read this and go down, but let me just kind of touch on a few things. One of the committees that we have not talked about here that will be actively involved as we move forward with organizational development as it ties into our core values is that group I call the Magnificent Seven. That Magnificent Seven is critical in terms of us indoctrinating, inculcating those 7 core values within our organization. If I can have those members stand up, I appreciate that. All right. So these folks are important in terms of moving forward with those 7 core values. Those are the foundations in terms of how we're going to provide the services that we need to provide to our customers in terms of the bureaus and also externally in terms of the service that we provide to residents of Portland. So I just wanted to acknowledge that. So those, in summary, in terms of the committees that we have that we're going to work through these action plans, one is the BIBS Impact Committee. The other one is the Equity and Inclusion Committee, and then we're also having the Magnificent Seven Committee. We tried a suggestion box, I think, in the past. I have talked to Cynthia in terms of reinitiating that. in terms of moving forward with that. As part of that, for those folks who don't know, we will make sure that everyone in BIBS will have access to email. Okay, it is part of my strategy in terms of inclusion and equity. I don't care where you are in this organization. Okay, you're going to have the ability to communicate either with me, with the city, or whomever. Now I know in some cases, some of you guys may not want email. Okay, all right, that's fine. You know, but I want you to know that no matter where you are in this organization, you're going to have that ability to communicate. So we'll be moving forward with that. I have talked to all the division managers. I understand it's an additional cost. I get that. But you know, if I'm going to have email to communicate to people, I want to be able to communicate directly to you if I have something to say to you, and then you need to be able to communicate directly back to me. Okay? So none of this really works without being able to communicate. So we'll be moving that one forward. The other one is making sure that we identify new opportunities. I've heard from Cynthia. Tanya is not here, and I know a lot of you guys use Tanya to talk to me. Okay, and she does. Okay, she does a very good job of that. So I understand I need to do a better job in terms of identifying new opportunities and identifying them soon enough. And I just talked to a gentleman today in terms of an opportunity coming along, and then next thing you know, that opportunity was already filled. So I'm going to do a better job in terms of identifying those new opportunities. One of the things on here, I think the learning and development is on here. There it is. Cynthia is in charge of the learning and development program. I can't tell you how important that learning and development program is to us, okay, and to you. There has been a couple of instances where employees are having to do things no longer be working with us. And it's because the type of work they have done in the past, that have led them to now have to seek other careers. This is not a bad thing. Okay, I'm just saying from a physical standpoint. Okay, they can no longer do the job that they have always done, and so they got to find another job. They have not developed any new skills. Okay, I want to make sure, it's my obligation to make sure that you guys have certain skill sets. So in the event that you want to either be promoted, you want to look for a different type of job at the city of Portland, okay? Or if your job is abolished as a result of new technology, it is my job, I feel it's my responsibility to make sure that you're given the opportunity to get trained up. So in the event that something happens, you have an opportunity to do something different, okay? Life is about options and alternatives. I'm going to present that option and those alternatives to you. In 3 or 4 years from now, if someone comes to me and say, hey, Bryant, you know, you didn't give me this opportunity, you didn't give me that opportunity, I'm not going to be so inclined and sympathetic in terms of that. That learning and development, and I'm pushing the managers, give you guys those opportunities to develop skill sets that you currently don't have that will make you a more valuable person, employee, father, brother, or anything that you want to do. So it just improves you in terms of your life skills. So please take advantage of that. I'm going to be working with Cynthia to take a look, a strong and hard look in terms of who's taking advantage of it. Okay? Any questions on the learning and development?
Is all that done in-house or as far as training and development?
So I think in the past what we've looked at, Cynthia helped me out, I think we've used for technology, folks like Kinetics. You could go through PCC training. Where is Chris? Is he gone?
Yeah, he's gone.
Okay, so he does, I think, the change management. I know there's conflict stuff. I know there's project management, process. There's a whole host of things. Okay, and I would encourage you guys to take full advantage of that. Okay, I support that. Okay, I sit down with your managers, your division managers, in terms of where your folks are in taking these classes. Okay, and I will continue to do that. All right. I know it takes away, as I look around the room at some division managers, I know it takes away from billable hours. Okay, I get that, gentlemen and ladies. I get that, but at the same time, if we as a group are more productive, okay, it's just like a long-term investment. You'll get your money back. Okay. So I would encourage you and your division managers to continue to look at opportunities to develop your skill sets. Oh, so I get to do some closing remarks. So, and I'm going to hurry up so I can let you guys go. It was good in terms of hearing today's presenters. It was good to hear today's leadership team. I had never really thought about the change and transition. I had always looked at it in terms of just change. And now I have a better understanding that change is that external force that is put upon us, that is the change piece, and the transition is how do I internally or emotionally react to that. So it was good to hear that in terms of how that works. One of the things that I also heard was the vortex. I don't know if you remember that was Jacob, but it was in the leadership team. They talked about this vortex. What I want to be able to do is I want to be that source for you that gets you out of that vortex. I want to be part of that. I want to be, and we as division, I'm looking at division managers, we should be here to provide the resource so that we can provide that straight line projection to the extent that we can. I know Chris talked about the oscillating pattern, but to the extent that we can smooth that out as we go forward, that's what we're here for. Okay, and so I don't want to have you guys continuing to spin. And it may not be perfect the first time we go after it, and it's going to continue to adjust until we can fine tune it. So I'm asking you as a team of folks, let's continue to work together on this so we can get to where our ultimate goal is, which is to make sure that you guys have a place to come, that you feel good about where you are, and at the same time we're providing a level of service to our customers that meets their needs. And that's all I have. Thank you, and I appreciate your time. So one more thing for change. One more thing as we talk about change. I need new employees to stand up. This is change, okay? This is change. Thank you. You guys are free to go. Oh, and wait a minute. One more round of applause for the Impact Committee that put this fabulous